Welcome everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lady T. Now, I hope everyone is having a marvelous week so far. And without any further ado, I want to just go on and dive into this topic at hand. So, you guys know that from time to time, I will find some interesting topics. So, I think this is an interesting topic that I think that, you know, everyone should know about. And so that you'll know, there is a documentary that has just been released April the 30th of 2021. And this documentary is called Buck Breaking. So, for those of you who are not familiar with what buck breaking is, I'm going to enlighten you to what it is and try to speak on how it affects our culture and society today, where it originated from, and so forth and so on. So now, you guys know that I do use my notes, so bear with me. Now, as many of you heard, like I said, you may have heard about this documentary, and some of you may not have heard about it. The actor that directed this documentary, his name is Tariq Nasheed. Now, Tariq Nasheed is the director that did Hidden Colors. Hidden Colors is another documentary, and you can find that in a 4-part series, part 1 through 4. You can find that on Amazon as well. Now, these documentaries are basically about the black culture. It goes all the way back to slavery. They talk a lot about black issues and hidden agendas and so forth and so on. And I highly recommend you guys to go and purchase it and check it out, and you will be enlightened to a lot of things that happen in our culture and in slavery that they just never brought to light or never told us about, we never knew about. So I highly recommend that you go out and purchase this documentary. Now, to get into this, the documentary, which has surfaced, speaks on the threat to black masculinity. And like I said, the director is Tariq Nasheed. There's a series of people talking about their thoughts and their views on what buck breaking is and how it originated and things of that nature. I have not had the opportunity to go and purchase the DVD, but I have watched the trailer. But I do plan on going and purchasing this documentary because I love to be enlightened, and I know that you guys do too. Of the black male's masculinity. And it has become more prevalent in our culture and society today. Form of discipline goes all the way back to slavery, because that's basically what it is. It's a form of discipline that was used on black slave males to keep them in line or in order. It was their form of discipline that they came up with. And the behind all this was to emasculate the black male and take his manhood. Buck breaking, like I said, was a tactic used to eliminate the black male's masculinity from our society, and that is what, and it was used to put, you know, to keep them in place, to keep them in check. Now, basically, it was designed to destroy the black family. From what I gather and from what I've read about it, that's basically what it was used to do. Now, how does that relate to the society back then as opposed to now? Well, I'll dig deeper into that. It was sexual violence used against black enslaved men as a form of punishment. Now, that's what I found. That's what I researched, and then I read what exactly buck breaking was, and that was the definition that I came up with. So that documentary brings out what was hidden away from our history. So they're bringing that documentary out to basically let us know, yeah, this is what was happening, this is what was taking place, and it's quite interesting. Now, I remember watching Roots and a lot of historical movies on slavery and so forth and so on. I watched how they would take the slaves and beat them with whips and things of that nature. Now, this bug breaking, it was never mentioned in any of these movies or documentaries until now. So that's why I say, go out and purchase this DVD, and I'm going to purchase it too, and we're going to see what really was going on and how that relates to what's going on now. And these are things that we should know as a culture and a society. These are things that we need to know, and it brings so much enlightenment on our black men and what's going on with them, as opposed to what happened with them in the past. So yeah, it sheds a lot of light on a lot of things. Now, like I said, I watch these movies and so forth and so on, and I never heard of it until now. So now they use this tactic, like I said, this horrible tactic, to keep the black males enslaved and keep them in order. Discipline. They use this tactic, and it's called buck breaking, in which the black male slaves were sexually violated, because that's basically what it is. They sexually violated these black males to keep them in order, to place fear in the slaves and any other slaves that may, get out of line or get out of order. So that's basically what it was used for. So it originated in the Caribbean, from what I've read. This is where it originated from. And the rest of the information which I researched may be a bit, graphic, but I'm going to let you guys know what's up. Now, how they would go about doing this they would take the black males that they felt were being out of line, take them and pull their pants down and bend them over a tree branch or a tree stump. And you can use and everything else is self-explanatory from thereforth on. I'm not going to go into the full graphic detail, but that's basically what they would do. And they would do this in front of their family, their friends, their wives, their children, the public, whoever was out there. This is what they would do. And they would publicly humiliate the enslaved black male. After doing this, I guess the black males would be so humiliated till they would run away, desert their families, leave, and a lot of them committed suicide because of the humiliation and being emasculated in front of their family and their friends. Now, this gets even deeper. The slave owners were allowed to travel from plantation to plantation to perform this practice. Okay. Now, this practice had become so widely recognized. Everyone know that it was going on. I guess in their minds, they thought they were doing the right thing, which they were not, but they thought they were. And it became so widespread that they went from plantation to plantation doing this. This is insane. And out of that grew these sex farms, what they called them. These sex farms developed from this practice. Now, question. While they were doing these practices and performing these acts on the enslaved black male, and like I said, traveling from plantation to plantation, what could have been going through the minds of the wives, where they would really think that this was right? And if you knew your husband was doing this, you felt justified and you felt all right laying next to the bed after he just came from the plantation doing this mess? Okay. Right. Okay. So, understand how this affects our culture and our society today. So, now that we know what buck breaking is, and we know that it was a piece of our history that basically was hidden away, you know, I guess they thought they were going to hide it and never to be heard or seen again. But, yeah, you couldn't hide it. So, now, another piece of history that I want to tap on, and I'm just going to tap on it, is the term mandingo. Now, yeah, the term mandingo, and this term was created as it relates to slavery, but I'll go back and do further research on that one and get more information for you guys and come back with another segment on that one. But yes, mandingo. This buck breaking is a form of dominance and power. Basically, that's all it is. Dominance and power. Having control over another. Basically, that's all what it all boils down to. Control. Now, buck breaking has evolved into a modern day war crime. Breaking of the soul and the spirit. Once you take someone's spirit, that's it. It's a wrap. Their spirit is forever took. If a person is victimized and you snatch their spirit, you know, that spirit is just broke. It'll probably never come back again. Now, they were victimizing these enslaved black males and in the public, you know, and when they were doing this, they not only was victimizing the family, the children, the slaves, they were victimizing the public and the rest of the people who were watching, you know, and whoever was getting a kick off of this, well, they just as nuts as they were. I mean, that's just my opinion. You know, that's just the way I see it. Now, here's my view on modern day buck breaking, like today, now. 1, police brutality against black males. 2, black men being subjected to dress like women and having it televised on nationwide TV. 3, black males wearing their pants hanging off of their behinds. 4, black men who abandoned their families, and I'm speaking from the buck breaking perspective and how it relates to what's going on with the black male today in the past. Children has grown up in homes without the male present. The male has left the home for whatever reason, you know, and I think that it has a lot to do with this course of action that was taking place centuries ago and how it affects our culture today. So that's just my perspective of it. Don't quote me, don't come for me, please, but I'm just saying that's just the way I see it. Mass incarceration. I think that's another form of buck breaking. Because I will say that I think that there's more African American men and women who are incarcerated more than any other race. Now that's just my take on it. Like I said, don't quote me. That's just how I see it. Maybe I'm wrong. You know, maybe some would agree with me. Maybe some won't. But that's just how I see it. Because of fear. I mean, you know, you abandoned the home, you done left the pregnant woman, you done left the family, whatever the situation is, whatever. Or sometimes it may not just be that. It may be for some other reason that the male isn't present, you know. But, yeah, you know, I think it has a lot to do with that. So, I mean, yeah, the family is the strength. Family is the strength. A man and his family, when you have a male in the home, his family is his strength. The man is the strongest one in the household. He's the king. He's the one that everyone looks up to. So, yeah, you know, the reproduction of the family. You know, when a man and a woman decide to reproduce and have a family, that's a strong bond. So, yeah. The love the male displays to his woman, you know, is the strength. You know, a man, when he loves a woman, that's powerful. That's the strength. You know, just the fact that he can hold his head up and hold his own is strength to the black male. You know, to any man, but we're talking about the black male because this is what we're talking about. But yeah, I mean, that's the strength. So when you strip the black male of all of the strength and his strongness, that's a form of buck breaking. So, yeah, this was a horrendous, horrible technique which was used against our enslaved black males. And I'm just so glad that Tariq Nasheed has documentary to the public and, you know, spoke on it and what it was and how it has, you know, basically tore down the black community and culture and families and so forth and so on. So kudos to him for bringing this documentary to life, and Hidden Colors. And like I said, if you guys haven't went out to see Hidden Colors yet, I advise you to go and grab that documentary, and you'll be enlightened on a lot of stuff. I'm just so glad that I had a chance to speak on this documentary and speak about this documentary and bring enlightenment to you guys. If you guys haven't heard about it, like I said, go grab the DVD. You'll be highly enlightened. And you know, that's it. And if you guys like this video, please subscribe, like, and share. And I'm always welcome to comments. Leave a comment below. I would love to hear your input on it. And until next time, be good to yourself. Be good to one another. Stay positive. Stay motivated. And until we meet again, bye-bye.